there. This is Ninian Wilson from the National. I'm one of the digital reporters here. I'm joined by Sophie Parsons, our social media editor, and we're going to talk about today's news and just all the upcoming stories and what we've got on the site at the moment. Sophie, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, today is a big day. It marks 6 years since the Brexit vote. So there's quite a lot of events happening today to sort of mark this, anniversary feels like too positive a word, but anniversary of the Brexit vote. So just a reminder, in 2016, not a single region in Scotland voted to leave the EU. 62% of voters in Scotland voted to remain in the EU, which was the highest percentage of Remain votes out of any of the UK countries. So tonight, Europe for Scotland are hosting an event called The Light is Still On, Why Scotland Matters to Europeans. And it'll see European citizens discuss why there's still a place for Scotland in the EU. So that's what we're leading on today. That's our front page, My Heartbeats for Scotland. On the anniversary of the vote on Brexit, Europeans will tonight send a message of hope to Scots dragged out of the EU by the UK. The event kicks off at 8 p.m. tonight, and you'll be able to watch it live on the National's Facebook page. It's hosted by our columnist, Leslie Riddoch, and it's sure to be a great event. Europe for Scotland are going to talk about their plans for the future with the 2023 independence referendum campaign kicked off. That'll be a big part of that. So it's definitely an event not to miss. So tune in tonight at 8 p.m. To hear about why Europeans are so keen to see Scotland back in the EU. Elsewhere, Europe for Scotland are also hosting an event at Holyrood today, and our political reporter, Abby Garton-Crosby, will be there with Mike Russell. So we'll have footage and lots of stories on that on our website later. So keep an eye on our social media channels and our Facebook pages and our website as well. And we've also got a free trial running. So if there's any day to subscribe to the National, it's today. That's sort of what's going on around the anniversary of the Brexit vote. I guess talking about on elections, there's also 2 by-elections today, aren't there, Ninian?
We've got there's a by-election in Wakefield, which is one of the red wall seats that was captured. I think it's probably heavily suspected that Labour will win that election, and basically even in the office we're kind of all thinking, how much by what kind of swing percentage, and I think that it will just be another marker for. This will be a sort of measuring stick for just how badly Boris Johnson is being received up and down the country in the wake of these relentless scandals. There's also one in Tompington and the other side of England, which could be a little bit closer. That's probably, I think maybe the Lib Dems are probably in more of a shout there, and I think we'll just. I think it's really just to kind of, again, just another marker of just this is actually real. It's not a poll. It's as direct as a measuring stick as you can see. Just how poorly Boris Johnson is being interpreted by real voters. So I think it'll be really interesting. We'll find out more about that as the day goes on. Anything else that you want to say on that?
Well, just a reminder that the by-elections are to replace 2 fairly disgraced Tory MPs. So in Wakefield, it's Imran Ahmed Khan, who resigned after being jailed for sexually assaulting an underage boy. He's been jailed for 18 months. And in Tiverton and Honiton, it's Neil Parish, who infamously was caught watching porn in the House of Commons. So he resigned, and it's to replace him. So I think the results will be really interesting. We've got a sweepstake running in the office. So let us know who you think will win in these two areas. The Lib Dems are widely predicted to win in Tiverton and Honiton by quite a big majority. It's looking likely that Labour will win in Wakefield because it was previously a Labour stronghold seat. Labour lost the seat in the 2019 election. Wakefield, I think, voted by, was it 62% to leave the EU? It was one of a really big leave area. The seat went to the Tories in 2019, but it's looking like Labour will win it back. So we're expecting those results to come in, I think, between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Interestingly, Boris Johnson not around for the results, somewhat conveniently, perhaps.
I think. I mean, he's just like a bit of an escape artist, really. But we'll see how long that lasts for. I mean, he's in Rwanda for CHOGM, which is the basically a meeting of the heads of government of the Commonwealth. He's in Rwanda for that, and he will not be visiting the centres, the deportation centres, a part of the Rwanda scheme, which is just absolutely incredible. What I mean, and one of the things that I think is most interesting about this, he's supposed to he'll be meeting Prince Charles, who widely reported said in private that the scheme was appalling, and this is Prince Charles will he will probably be king. He'll be king at some point, and he's going to have a relationship with Boris Johnson going forward, I would imagine. So to be a fly on the wall in that meeting would be absolutely fascinating. I'd love to hear what they'd said. Apparently, it was labeled a catch up, but I reckon it'll be probably a little bit more than that. But either way. And I mean, what they're supposedly in, they are in Rwanda to discuss food and energy insecurity in the wake of the Russian invasion. But there is this massive elephant in the room regarding the scheme, and how Boris Johnson wants to circumnavigate that. I have absolutely no idea, but I'm sure it will leave a lot of very concerned parties very, very frustrated. And he's going to be raising human rights issues with Paul Kagame, the Rwandan head of state. He came to prominence for having a pivotal role in ending the civil war in Rwanda between the Tutsis and the Tutsis and the Hutus. But now, in time passing, there's been serious human rights issues in that country as well. Now that's fed into the discussion about, is it safe to send asylum seekers there? So Boris Johnson will supposedly be bringing that up with Paul Kagame as well, just human rights issues. But again, you can't see past the issues with the Rwanda scheme and how it's not being discussed. It's absolutely incredible.
No, I know. Out of touch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he'll be out of the country for 8 days, which is quite a long time for a prime minister. That was pointed out in Politico's London Playbook newsletter this morning, that actually 8 days is really quite a long time for a prime minister not to be in the country. So after his Rwanda trip, I think he's there for 3 days. He landed this morning. He'll be heading to Berlin for G7 and then to Madrid for the NATO Leaders Summit. So he'll miss all the fallout from the by-elections.
I think for Boris Johnson, there has been a recurring theme where if things aren't going well at home, look
Get out.
abroad for
Yeah.
positive lines of spin. I think that's been. I think we've seen that in his relationship with President Zelensky in Ukraine. I think, yeah, and I think this is probably another thread in that trend. So yeah,
He's definitely got his tricks, doesn't he? He's got.
yeah, he certainly does. Following on from that, one of our reporters, Steph Braun, is at the Royal Highland Show today. She will be asking Alistair Jack a question, the Scotland Secretary. He'll be there with a delegation from the Scotland office. So please let us know in the comments what you would like our reporter Steph to ask Alistair Jack. I think we'd be more than interested to hear your thoughts on that. I mean,
she might ask one of your questions, so put them in the comments. Let us know.
Let us know. I mean, yeah, and it's not long since he told Deirdre Bock to suck it up over how the devolution settlement is managed around. To do with money being sent to Edinburgh City Council. So that was quite a controversial thing to say, and I think it's just showed the kind of contempt that even Scottish members of the UK government have for hardworking, honest Scottish politicians who are just trying to serve the interests of the Scottish public best. Let us know what you think what the National should put to him, and we'll make sure that Steph sees the best ones.
Yeah, definitely. And finally, I don't think we can come on this live stream without mentioning Mick Lynch, who's become some sort of a celebrity in the National's office over the past couple of days. We're the place to come to for all your Mick Lynch news. He's the RMT General Secretary that has been doing the media rounds while the rail strikes are going on across the UK. So today's another day of strikes. It was it the 21st, the 23rd, and the 25th?
It's today and Saturday. Yeah,
but delays are expected to sort of bleed over into the next days. So generally, there's been quite a lot of disruption. But Mick Lynch has been praised highly for his media appearances. He just sort of says it how it is. So he told a Labour frontbencher, Baroness Chapman, that he didn't know who she was during Politics Live. And then during Newsnight, he repeatedly called a Tory minister a liar, which I think went down very well with a lot of people. If you want, he's appearing on Question Time tonight. And we've got loads of analysis on his sort of media appearances. One of our colleagues, Xander Richards, did a really good piece yesterday where he spoke to media experts about Mick Lynch's media appearances and why he was sort of coming across so well. So definitely come to the National's website and give that a read because it's a really good piece.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he handles himself so well. He says what he wants to say. I don't think he doesn't let himself get penned in by the kind of basically the kind of right wing perspective and contextualizing of the rail strikes and pay issues and cost of living in general. He's definitely worth a watch. So stay tuned for just all the things we have for that.
Yeah, as you can see, we've got Paul Fulton here in the comments saying never watches Question Time, but tonight is the night.
Tonight's the night. Yeah. Fantastic.
No. So I think we should probably get back to it, Nini. It's going to be a busy day, I think.
Absolutely.
Sign up for our 30-day free trial. It's coming to an end soon. So get your subscription now. and keep an eye on our social media channels today, and make sure to tune in to the Europe for Scotland event tonight, 8 p.m, hosted by Leslie Riddick on the Nationals Facebook page.
Absolutely. Excellent.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Cheers, guys. Thanks so much.